Hello and welcome back to Pharma class. I am Anindya Goswami and we were discussing flow of fluids. Now let us start with the measurement of the rate of flow of fluids with the help of Pitot tube. In the previous lectures we have discussed about venturi meter and orifice meter, and we are left with two more hydrodynamic devices, that is Pitot tube and the rotameter. So let us consider Pitot tube. So this is a typical diagram of a Pitot tube. Let us come to its principle. It is a device to measure the local velocity along a streamline. That is, in a flow we can measure here in unlike venturi or orifice meter, there is no constriction in the pipe. So a streamline flow will be there, and we can measure this with this device to the local velocity along a streamline. Pitot tube consists of a sensing element with a very small constriction compared to the size of the flow of the channel. So it consists of a sensing element, that is a sensor, which with a small constriction element compared to the size of the flow of the channel. When the sensing element is inserted at the center of the stream, the velocity of the flow is increased. This results in decreased pressure head. Tube at right angles to the flow measures the pressure head only, and tube that is pointed upstream, it measures the pressure head and the velocity head. Now the difference in the above reading indicates the velocity head, that is, at this point the limb, this is the limb which measures the pressure as well as the velocity head, and this limb measures only the pressure head. So this is the upstream pressure and this is the downstream pressure, and the 2 points, it is connected with a manometer and hence to record the pressure. That is also another important device. So let us come to its mathematical principle. Again Bernoulli's theorem will be applied here. If we see, so according to Bernoulli's equation, the total energy at any point is given by pressure energy plus potential energy plus the kinetic energy, that is UO0 is equal to C0 root over 2G into delta H into P, that is delta HP is the difference in the pressure heads, that is the difference in the pressure head, that is between the upstream pressure and the downstream pressure head. So delta HP is equal to U square divided by 2G, where U is the velocity at the point of insertion, where this Pitot tube is inserted in the streamline in the pipe, that is this U is that particular velocity at that particular point of insertion. So as seen in Bernoulli's equation, velocity head of the fluid, that is delta HP, may be obtained from an equation similar to that of the venturi meter, that is U squared is equal to 2G into delta HP, or U squared is equal to CV into root over 2G into root over delta HP, where this CV is the coefficient of the Pitot tube. Come to its construction. It is very evident from the diagram. It consists of, it is also known as insertion meter because it is inserted in the streamline flow. The size of the sensing element is small compared to the flow channel. One tube is perpendicular to the flow direction and the other is parallel to the flow. So both the tubes, the one tube is perpendicular. Its setting is like that only, that one tube is perpendicular to the flow direction and the other tube is parallel to the direction of the flow. The two tubes are connected obviously to the manometer. So these are the two tubes, and you can see both the tubes are connected to the manometer. So this is the particular leak equation which we discussed previously. U square is equal to 2G into delta HP, or in other words we can write it both sides as 2G delta HP is equal to U square. It is the velocity at the particular point where the insertion is being done. So working, let us consider its working. Pitot tube is used to measure the velocity head of flow. The parallel tube, that is to the upstream, measures the velocity head plus pressure head. So this is the tube which is located parallelly. So this limb or this tube, it measures pressure head as well as velocity heads. And the perpendicular tube, that is this particular tube, the perpendicular tube, that is the downstream pressure, it measures the pressure head only. So the difference of the head between the two tubes of the, that is, it gives a velocity of delta hp. Come to its comparisons or disadvantages. So when we compare it with orifice and pilot tube, it is the basic pilot tube, that is the basic difference is that the orifice and the venturi meter, they measure the average velocity of whole stream of fluid, whereas the pilot tube measures the relative fluid velocity at the single point only. And what is the single point? The point where the pilot tube is being inserted in the streamline. Moreover, in case of the orifice or the venturi, we can find more pressure drop, and in case of the pilot tube, the pressure drop is comparatively less. Now come to its disadvantage. The pilot tube does not give the average velocity directly. We have to calculate from different equations, both in case of the Bernoullis and other equations, but it does not give the average velocity directly. So when the velocity of gases are measured, the readings are extremely small, and in these cases some form of the multiplying gauge like differential manometers as well as inclined manometers are being used. Next, come to our next apparatus in this category, that is measurement of the rate of flow of fluids with the help of rotameter, which is also known as the variable area meter. So this is a diagram of a typical rotameter, a very simple assembly. Let us come to its principle. The rotameter consists of a vertical, tapered and transparent tube. So tapered, this is of a particular thickness and it is tapering downwards. So it consists of a vertical, tapered and transparent tube in which a plummet is placed. So this is the float or the plummet. The plummet is placed, and during the fluid flow through the tube, the plummet rises and falls because of the variation in the flow. So this plummet will rise and the plummet will flow because of the variation in the flow. As a result, the area of the annular space between the plummet and the tube will definitely vary. The head loss across the annuals is equal to the weight of the plummet. The upper edge of the plummet is used as an index to note the reading of the tapered tube. This value indicates the flow of the fluid. So a simple assembly inside a tapered vertical transparent tube, that plummet is being done, and the plummet rises and falls with respect to the variation in the fluid flow. Come to its construction. It is very evident from the diagram. Consists of a vertical tapered tube which is mounted with a narrow end down. This one. So the tube is usually made up of glass on which a linear scale is etched. So this is the scale. This is the scale. The linear scale is etched. A solid plummet is placed on the tube. Then the diameter of the plummet is generally smaller than the narrowest part of the tube. The plummet is the sensitive one, so the diameter of the plummet is smaller than the narrowest part of the tube. Now there are rotameters which are available with electric as well as electronic transmitters, and floats which is made up of maybe lead or aluminium or plastics or maybe glass of different densities are available, which can measure around 200-fold range of flow. Come to its working. As the tube is upward through a tapered tube, the flow of fluid will definitely vary, and that exactly happens. So as the flow is upward through a tapered tube, the flow of the fluid varies. The plummet which is surrounded by the fluid rises and falls depending on the rate of the flow. Now the greater the flow rate, the higher the plummet rises, and in the particular tube the pressure drop is nearly constant in case of the rotameters. And during the fluid flow, the area of the annular space between the plummet and the tube definitely varies. So head loss across the annuals is equal to the plummet weight. The flow may be read using the upper edge of the plummet as an index, and the reading may be transmitted for calculation or recording, integrating as well as for controlling. Come to its uses. The rotameter is extensively used in chemical industries and also for measurement of the bulk drugs, and it can be used for both liquids as well as gases at both high and low pressures. Come to its advantages. The flow rates can be measured directly, and it is measured in linear scale, and constant and small head loss can also be measured. That is a very important advantage, that constant and small head loss can also be measured, and it does not require the condition that the straight pipes should run before and after the meter. So in this lecture we have covered both the pitot tube as well as the rotameter, and this completes the measurement of the rate of the fluid flow.